Ask any adult today about their high school biology experience, and you are likely to get a variety of responses from "it was awesome" to "it was pretty good," maybe even not so bad. Might even hear, "I can't even remember high school biology." That was biology of yesterday. Now you as biology teachers are likely to have strong and more impressionable memories from your high school biology course, and that is why you teach biology. You make biology class better because you know how to make it meaningful for your students. We know so much more today about how students learn than we did 2 decades ago, and even a decade ago. Students are successful learners when they can engage, create meaning, and see a bigger picture for the content learned. So let me introduce you to BSCS Biology, a Human Approach. Biology for today. BSCS Biology, a Human Approach supports instruction in the biology classroom of today. All practices that we now know are best for student learning are present in BSCS Biology, a Human Approach. To begin, I would like to give you a little bit of background about this curriculum. The development of BSCS Biology, a Human Approach, was funded through the National Science Foundation. The work was based on research about learning and science. This research by BSCS, Biological Sciences Curriculum Study, resulted with the origination and development of the 5E instructional model. You may have heard the program referred to as AHA for A Human Approach. I will use the AHA acronym throughout this presentation. After the research, development, and testing, the first commercial edition was published in 1997 by Kendall Hunt. Recently, the 5th edition was released in 2016. Kendall Hunt has had a partnership with BSCS for over 20 years. Why choose BSCS Biology, a Human Approach? My goal in the time we have together is to impress upon you that BSCS Biology, a Human Approach will change your classroom environment, impact the level of student engagement, offer the 5E model as embedded lesson instruction, and bring science as inquiry to the forefront of your instructional practices. These key features are what sets BSCS Biology, a Human Approach apart from other publications. The next few slides will elaborate on these features. A key feature of the program is the inquiry-based student-centered instruction. Inquiry-based instruction has research to support its practice. These instructional practices are known influencers in student success with science. The 5E instructional model is the foundation by which students engage in the program's content, using inquiry as their guide in exploring questions, developing process, reaching conclusions based on evidence, and communicating these conclusions with reason and thought. Students often become enthusiastic about these investigations because they perceive that they are doing real science. AHA lessons naturally foster inquiry about the content. Inquiry learning is highly student-centered, with the teacher acting as coach or facilitator. AHA provides strong content for teachers to facilitate student learning. AHA embeds professional development to support teachers' instruction of the 5 E's. The instructional materials in AHA has been field tested, so the resources meet teachers' needs in the classroom. Finally, in inquiry-based student-centered instruction, there is a focus on questions, evidence, and explanations. These are all part of scientific inquiry and the way that scientists work. The BSCS 5E instructional model is at the foundation in providing inquiry-based instruction in this program. This model is based on constructivist learning theory. The philosophy behind the model is that students build or construct ideas on the foundation of their old ideas. The 5 E's are the organizational format used to support each chapter's learning goals. I want to take a minute to provide a bit more detail about each of the 5 E's. The Engage is designed to get the learner's mind in gear for learning something new. These lessons mentally engage the students with an event or question. Engage activities help students reflect on what they know and can do. The Explore provides an opportunity for students to work with one another, to explore ideas through activities, and gain a common experience about the scientific concepts of the chapter. We know students come to classes with a variety of experiences, so this phase offers the opportunity to level the playing field. Under the guidance of the teacher, students begin to clarify their understanding of major concepts and skills. The Explain activity allows students to construct explanations of the concepts and processes about which they are learning. Teachers probe students' understanding to help them gain clarity and develop skills. Then in the Elaborate activity, students are challenged to apply what they have learned and to build on their understanding of the concepts. Students have the opportunity to extend the knowledge and deepen their understanding of the big ideas of the chapter. Finally, in the Evaluate activity, students have the opportunity to demonstrate their understanding of the big ideas. Students synthesize their learning across the instructional model and assess their own knowledge, skills, and abilities. These activities also allow teachers to evaluate student progress. While the 5Es are a key feature of AHA instruction, it is not without the teacher that this model is successful. Be assured you, the teacher, will be able to develop this instruction with consistent, explicit, supportive instructional notes that provide you with professional development, which supports you from where you are in your teaching practices. So how do the 5Es impact your day-to-day instruction? Each unit has 2 to 3 chapters that develop understanding through investigations and activities at the unit's theme. Each chapter then breaks the content for the chapter into the 5Es. In this example, you can see each E focuses on cells and the internal environment of organisms. The 5Es enhance conceptual learning and are the structure for developing inquiry experiences with activities in the chapter's content. Next, we will take a look at the Explore lesson to see just what students do with these E lessons and also see what is provided to teachers to support cohesive instruction. What does an Explore lesson look like for students? I wish to share with you a brief view of the lesson content for students and an overview of teacher instructional resources. Please visit a chapter on your own for a more thorough review. The activities in this Explore will build upon activities students complete in the Engage lesson. Students will complete activities to develop their understanding of how the body maintains its internal environment as related to the chapter Internal Environment of Organisms. In this Explore activity, Cells in Action, students will study several types of cells. Students will place cells into different external environments and observe how they respond. Note the introduction here. Students are being provided context for this activity by the suggestion to think of the body as a human container with an inside and an outside. Very interesting. There are 2 parts to this activity. Part A, an experiment, students explore the concept that cells function somewhat like a container, separating internal contents from an external environment. They put cells, eggs, in different solutions and observe the effects of those solutions on the cells. Students discover that the external environment affects cells. Note pictures, diagrams, and hyperlinks included throughout the activity. As students prepare, they are also asked to create testable questions related to their experiment. These questions will give the experiment a framework for investigating. Step-by-step directions to complete the experiment are included for the students. In Part B, Observing Cell Activity, students will observe microscopic cells responding to changes in their environment using a microscope and plant cells. Articles are embedded into lesson activities, are audio enabled for both English and Spanish. Most lesson activities have supporting articles to provide information that complements the activity and broaden students' knowledge. in this case, their knowledge of cells. Now for the teacher side of this lesson. Where do you, the teacher, go to get the implementation know-how for successful execution of a lesson? If we take a look at the teacher notes located at the upper right corner of the ebook page, you will click and open to view the following buttons: Standards, Goals, Teaching the Lesson, Materials, Differentiated Instruction, Answers to Analysis. These buttons provide specific details related to the Explore lesson. If we open the Teaching the Lesson, as seen here, specific details that support orchestrating the activity with your class are provided. Overview, background information, preparation details as to what needs to be prepared before or during the activity, outcome and indicators of success, how to help assess your students as they work, and a very important section called Strategies for Guiding Learners. Here, more explicit suggestions for process and procedures are provided to support teachers as they work with students. We have viewed key features present in BSCS Biology, a Human Approach that makes the program unique. Now let's turn our attention to the structures provided that support learning and instruction. If we expect students to be able to think and use knowledge when they leave school, learning strategies and critical thinking must be modeled and practiced throughout a student's career. This program frequently asks students to read a passage or view a graph, then talk to a classmate about the reading or graph. These discussion strategies are part of every aspect of activities, including laboratory work, text questions, and team projects. These strategies form a major component of the collaborative learning strategies integral to this program. A number of questions in the student book will ask students to explicitly reflect on their thinking or their prior work. These reflections support metacognition processes into student learning. Activities will guide students to use charts, Venn diagrams, concept maps, and other organizational tools to support their ideas. Learning strategies and critical thinking are important overreaching components in the BSCS 5E instructional model, and they are extensively incorporated into activities in this program. Knowledge is more coherent if it is organized. The chapter organizers provide an excellent start point, midpoint, and end point for students while they work through the key ideas of the chapter. The linking questions can be a reflective tool for students to self-evaluate their understanding of each phase of the chapter. This organizational tool benefits students as well as teachers. Some teachers use these linking questions to gather formative assessment. In the digital ebook, these sections of the chapter are hyperlinked for easier navigation in the ebook. This visual helps make planning more efficient and purposeful when attending to benchmark standards in classroom instruction. Teachers will find this snapshot view of the cross-cutting categories and supporting standards present in each chapter. This view supports districts and classrooms as they look to be accountable for their instructional content and ensure the expectations of the course are being met. Before beginning the development of AHA, BSCS conducted a design study to determine which biological concepts and principles are critical to the study of biology at the high school level. The report that came out of that study was published in 1993. It listed 6 unifying principles that were later used as the conceptual organization of this book. By using these unifying principles as the framework, we have crafted a program that includes the major ideas of biology without becoming encyclopedic. As a way to reinforce these conceptual themes, we have adopted each unifying principle as the title and conceptual framework for one unit. More detail about each of these themes and the unit of content support in the program can be found in the implementation guide located in Flourish, your digital access to BSCS Biology, a Human Approach, ebooks and resources. Another supporting structure found in AHA is embedded assessment. Embedded means it is found in the context of the work that students are doing. AHA was designed with intention towards supporting teachers with materials to complement their instruction. One thing that is always important in classrooms is assessment. How do I know if my students are getting it? Formative assessments are designed to help students see where they are in their understanding of the content of the lesson. These assessments also help teachers see if they need to adjust their teaching and go back to review concepts with some students, or to be assured that all students are clear on what they have learned. Formative assessments are found in every activity. Some of these come in the form of process and procedure steps, as in this example. Others are analysis questions. There is a balance between formative assessment and summative assessment in the AHA curriculum. Both are necessary. At the end of each chapter, there are summative assessments. These are activities that require students to use all of the concepts from the chapter in order to complete the activity. They are called evaluate activities. The evaluate activities are often authentic assessments as well. Students might be designing a reproductive strategy for a critter or creating a healthcare proposal that helps address society's needs. Teacher and student materials are available in print and digital options. Our goal is to offer materials that support your classrooms where you are now and into the future. The Teacher Edition Digital provides point-of-use access for easy navigation and access to supporting instructional materials for each lesson. Planning and instruction is more efficient. Links to videos and audio-ready articles makes for more interactive instruction. Create notes about a lesson activity and save them for later. The Student Edition Digital allows each student to make the content their own when using bookmarks to enhance their navigation needs, create notes regarding content, questions to refer to, or ideas about concepts. Hyperlinks embedded in the digital ebook help students access figures, videos, and reference resources. They too have audio accessible articles to bring the content to life. The Cohesive Assessment System, CAS, is unique to Kendall Hunt. CAS provides a full-featured online assessment system that allows teachers to create and assign new or pre-existing tests, as well as analyze results with the reporting function. So let's summarize. Why choose BSCS Biology, a Human Approach for your classroom? The key features we visited are what truly sets BSCS Biology, a Human Approach apart from other publications. These unique features are the primary reason for choosing BSCS Biology, a Human Approach for your classroom. The structures that support learning and instruction are intended to make your instruction cohesive and goal-driven, while at the same time providing your students a successful learning experience. Choosing BSCS Biology, a Human Approach, is choosing science as inquiry. This means you value having your students doing the science, where they have opportunities to explore possible solutions, develop explanations for the phenomena under investigation, elaborate on concepts and processes, and evaluate or assess their understanding in the light of available evidence. It means you choose instruction that supports teacher as facilitator in a guided student-centered learning environment, a program that provides the professional development for successful instruction, and most important, a positive biology experience for all. In the end, science can be a place where students learn to think critically, explore and examine parts of a whole, to then be confident in making conclusions that are reasonable and substantiated. A goal of BSCS is to change student attitude towards biology. This program provides this and much, much more. I invite you to access your digital AHA curriculum, deeply explore the features and structures present in AHA that will transform your biology classroom. Flourish is Kendall Hunt's online curriculum home. Your digital access information is provided for you on the State Review site. Please use your Flourish Access username, password, and PIN at www.flourish.org. flourishkh.com. Thank you for taking time to watch this presentation.